know what you're thinking. The seminarian is bringing up a podium. Uh-oh. Growing up, what happened when your parents or your guardians left you at home? I usually got instructions on what to do while they were gone. Sometimes they were very detailed, and sometimes they were just more general principles. So my mother's instructions could be defined such as, at 5 o'clock, take the food out of the refrigerator, stir up the food, put the pot on the stove, turn on the stove, simmer. You know, I have that problem still, Stephen. Sometimes the instructions could be very general, though. I just don't want any fighting. Make sure the house is cleaned up by the time I come back. In this gospel, Jesus was getting us ready to leave again, and he gave us some broad instructions. Just keep his commandments, which is to love God most of all and to love each other as ourselves. And Jesus also assures us that in his house, things are different. We don't have to be afraid. We don't have to be anxious. But most of all, Jesus sends us the Holy Spirit who abides with us and in us. Christ assures us that the Spirit does not do this for no reason, but to continue his work, for us to continue his work, teaching us to do this, reminding us to do this. We often hear that Pentecost is the birthday of the church, and like many churches, like here at All Saints Pasadena, we put out birthday cakes to celebrate this annual event. And you see vestments and you see altar decorations that are all in red to help us focus on this celebration. It's all very happy. It's also sometimes focused on the past. Birthday celebrations make us count how many rings there are on our tree trunk and what we've accomplished so far in life. And it's sort of self-congratulatory. Look what we've done. They might invite us to be a little bit complacent. And then, more or less, we have months of summer where our minds and our hearts sort of go on vacation. It's normal time and things go back to normal, and we tend to forget what we celebrate today. But Pentecost is more than just celebration. Jesus commanded us, and Pentecost is when we are enabled, when we are equipped to go out and live out Christ's commandments. I can't believe that the world was set on fire on Pentecost only for the world to stop turning. The red we see today does not mean stop. The red is the ignition. It's the spark plug of this Christian engine. And this spark is not meant to burn out. So, do you know what a nova is in astronomy? Okay, a nova is when a star flames super bright and often visible to the naked eye and then dies out, burning off all the energy. Novas are ironic in a couple of ways. First, nova comes from the Latin word nu, which astronomers thought the novas were the birth of the stars, not the death of the stars. And secondly, nova in Spanish literally means don't go. Nova. Pentecost should not be a day that glows bright red only to burn out into the quiet. It should not mean nova. I think that when we leave here today, we go out there, we should think about the many ways we unintentionally flame out. If we keep doing things the way we've always done, the starlight in us will just turn into novas. And I can't imagine that's what we really want. I can't imagine that's what Jesus in this gospel wanted of us. We should not get lit up in this beautiful church only to burn out and disappear. As we return to summer, to quiet times, to times when the church and the clergy are going to start getting decked out in green, let's look at that green and treat it as a color that doesn't just mean ordinary times and business as usual. Let's think of that green as a color that means go. Go out there where the world is hurting. Go where the people are starving, where children are being slaughtered. Go out there where so many are treated as second-class citizens, where Asian Pacific Americans are invisible, where people of color find no justice, where those at the border are locked up in cages before being sent home. Go out there and show that when we celebrate the birthday of the church, it means that we don't just celebrate with cake, we celebrate the birthday of Christ's holy church. We show our love for Christ by being the church to each other and with each other, to share it with those who need to hear Christ's message most, those who hunger for that message. We must show and be Christ's bright star. Let it shine for all and not let it burn out. May all who are hungry come to Christ's church, and may we feed them with more than just cake.